10 weirdest couples you won't believe actually exist. Who are we to judge what is normal and what is odd? Well, let's just say we've seen a lot of weird stuff. Odd is a mild term to describe the 17 strange and unusual couples we collected on this list. A woman dating a shorter man, or a man marrying someone 10 years his senior, those are all children play compared to the unique stories you are about to read. Prepare to send all your taboos to the recycle bin and embrace the odd reality of our foul century. Of course, you should always look at the bright side. This article can also appear as a celebration of love conquering all obstacles and bringing people together despite the obvious differences. We do warn you. Don't attempt what you've seen unless you are comfortable with people talking nasty things about you and laughing in your face. Number 1. Sultan Kosin and Merv Debo. When the tallest man in the world gets married, you can bet we are talking about an odd couple. Sultan Kosin holds the Guinness World Record for the world's tallest man, standing a phenomenal 251 centimeters above the ground. Sultan probably had a hard time finding a woman like him, and eventually settled with someone enjoying the air richer in oxygen found at lower levels in the atmosphere. Merv was introduced to Sultan through a mutual friend, and love quickly led to the walk down the aisle. Merv is just 1.75 meters tall, and the two look indeed odd together. At this point, it helps to add that despite his stature, Sultan was a shy man who always ended up scaring the women in his life. Things became easier for him once Guinness offered him the title. We wish them the best. Number 2. Ahmed Mohamed Dor and Safia Abdullah. Africa is home to some of the oddest couples, and the explanation is simple. People here have nothing against young girls sold into marriage. It doesn't matter if Prince Charming is competing against a creepy old grandpa. The winner is the one with the higher offer or with the largest number of cattle in his herd. Ahmed Mohamed Dor was 112 years old when he married Safia back in 2009. The Somali elder already had 5 wives at that time, and the 17-year-old was a prized addition to his collection. While some are happy that age was not a barrier against love, others tend to see the whole picture. Marriages are often just business, and the fate of thousands of young girls depends on luck. Coming up is another couple that keeps a ladder close by. Number 3. Jolison and Evim. Love conquers all obstacles, and 1 meter in height difference is nothing. For Jolison and Evim, each kiss is a challenge. The 2.30 meters Brazilian giant met the love of his life when he was 28 years old. It might sound strange for a man of his stature to be shy, but Jolison spent most of his young years avoiding social contacts as much as possible. Evim started by being one of the many ordinary folks that admired Jolison. Soon enough, their friendship bloomed to love. Take a look at those candid shots of the couple in the bedroom. If what they say about foot size is true, things should get pretty interesting when the lights are off. Unfortunately, the couple was not willing to share such details with their anxious fans. Next, you will see what happens when a woman can't make up her mind regarding who she loves. We guarantee it is odd and uncomfortable. Number 4. Maria, Paula and Peter. Ever wondered if three-wheeled relationships have a shot at survival on the long term? Just take a look at Maria and the 2 men with whom she shares her life. The setup is unusual because it did not sparkle the expected rivalry and drama. The lover and the husband accept each other around the house, and details what happens in the bedroom are kept private. Could this be the solution many desperate love triangles seek? Is the traditional one-woman, one-man couple destined to die? It can get even odder. Check out the next weird couple. Number 5. Amy Wolf and 1001 Knocked. Amy Wolf is jealous each time someone else rides her lover. Stop right there. We are not talking nasty bedroom details here. Amy's unusual love interest is a roller coaster called 1001 Nights, for which she fell after riding a record 3,000 times. How is that even remotely possible? Scientists say yes, and they even have a name for it: objectum sexuality. Amy was most likely a child that faced difficulties while trying to get along with the others, not to mention finding a romantic partner. The ride offered her thrills never experienced before, thus explaining the unnatural connection. How is Amy cherishing her love? She has a photo of the fairground ride on her bedroom wall and keeps nuts and screws close by. Amy even contacted park management and proposed. Can you imagine the ridicule this eyed couple faces each day? We don't doubt 1001 Knocks has a heart of steel. The one we worry about is Amy. Keeping up with traditions is sometimes dangerous. Check out the next eyed couple. Number 6. Sunil and Helen. Early on the list, we had an old marrying a little girl. What if we tell you it can also go the other way around? Look no further than Africa for the next couple that defies all taboos the modern world has regarding romantic relationships. Not only did the marriage was arranged and paid for, but it took place before the eyes of the real husband. 8-year-old Sunil married 61-year-old Helen in a ceremony that went by the book. The two exchanged rings and even shared a kiss, all under the eyes of Helen's man. The boy wanted the ceremony to be a way of cherishing and pleasing his ancestors. Don't even attempt to understand the backbone of this tradition. South Africans might have imported the white wedding ceremony, but their tribal beliefs still thrive. Number 7. Louis and Louis. You might be over-obsessed with your person and still be light years away from what Louis did. The 43-year-old Chinese from Zhuhai married himself in a ceremony that raises a couple of interesting paradoxes. The ceremony in which he exchanged vows with a cardboard copy of himself wearing a traditional Chinese wedding gown might be the most absurd thing ever. Do you count as gay if you marry yourself? How did the Chinese Communist government allow such an abomination to ruin the country's reputation as extremely ethical and conservative? There are many reasons for marrying myself, but mainly to express my dissatisfaction with reality. This marriage makes me whole again. That was Lou's toast held in front of 100 guests. Can you imagine the audience trying to act casual as Louis invites himself to dance and kisses the lifeless cardboard? Love can be incredibly strange sometimes. Number 8. Mangli and Charu. This poor 18-year-old from eastern India listened to the village elders and married a stray dog. What's the explanation behind this strange and unusual human-canine union? The superstitious folks of rural India were convinced an evil spirit possessed young Mangli and that her first husband will give to suffer. Charu's role was to perform a cleansing and prepare her for a real marriage. Just imagine being a tourist visiting the village while the ceremony was well underway. Your good feeling would be to run away as quick as possible and don't look back. Or would you stay, hoping that a Bollywood-like scenario is seconds away from unfolding? Let's recap the reasons that make such a marriage not a bad idea. Dogs never cheat and don't spend the nights down at the local pub. On the other hand, all that they can provide for the family are bones and the occasional dead cat. Number 9. Jayla Cooper and Jose Griggs. What happens when the doctors give you only a couple of weeks left to live, and you still didn't start chasing your biggest dreams? When 9-year-old Jayla Cooper was diagnosed with leukemia in a terminal phase, her biggest regret was that she would never get to wear a white dress and go down the aisle. However, her family walked all the needed miles to make that dream come true. The hardest part about staging a wedding is finding a groom ready to play his role. During her stay at the Children's Medical Hospital in Dallas, Jayla befriended Jose Griggs, a kid whose battle with leukemia went the other way. At this point, it needs to be said that the state of Texas allows marriage with parental consent for teenagers older than 14. That's why the union between Jayla and Jose was merely symbolical. Uplifting as it is, this story did not have a miraculous continuation. Jayla Cooper lost her battle with leukemia but left with a smile on her face. Number 10. Zatara and Calvin Spencer. Zatara and Calvin Spencer formed the luckiest couple in the history of humanity. Winning the lottery and enjoying a carefree stroll through life is everyone's biggest dream. This couple bought a winning ticket 3 times in just under 1 month. Yep, you heard right. Ms. and Mr. Spencer did not settle with winning $1 million in the Virginia Powerball lottery. They kept on playing, and luck smiled back at them again. A modest sum of $50,000 followed by another million made them confident they can join guys like Bill Gates at the top of the table without doing something revolutionary. Nevertheless, one should remember all the incredible stories of those who won the lottery in the past and lost the money afterward. "We're not finished yet," are the exact words with which the Spencers announced they are not yet ready to give up the habit of picking numbers. Let's just hope they don't spend all their money chasing what most experts consider mathematically impossible to happen.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe for more story.